Hey guys, today we've got projects. We've got projects and we've got some garden updates, and we're gonna feather it in and make it artsy for you right here on my take on home and garden. Stick around. Now this I always like to show in the back, our beautiful 13-year-old Jade, and her name is Beautiful. You guys remember. Here's a quick mini tour. There's some variegated Chiflera. There's some arrowhead. We like some of the African masks just to spice it up. And it is hot today. Here's our gorgeous Phalaenopsis Orchids. 3 of them. They love being suspended in the air rather than be on the ground. They'll grow in a tree. You guys that have them or know about them, you're familiar with them. Look how gorgeous. This has been blooming now, that one for about a week. This is our Orchid Cactus, and it's been 3 years waiting for it to bloom. And the blooms are as big as a cereal bowl. When they do bloom, if we could just, get it mature. Love our bronze dolphin fountain statue, and that was a wedding present. If you haven't been with us, this is the Plumeria Fragipani, the Hawaiian state flower, I think, or hibiscus. No, I think hibiscus. They're fantastic. And the wonderful bougainvillea. This one likes to grow up to the 2nd story. I have to prop it up with some real steel. This is our wonderful desert rose. And she's just in her glory right now. More blooms than the last time I showed her, so I had to show her again. The wonderful pink and white. Speaking of pink and white, here's some purslane that eats the sun for breakfast. Did you see that lizard jump over? Oh boy, some of you complained about the lizards before, but they're harmless. And we have pineapple, purple queen, this is the little one. We'll show the other one again. Our Thunbergia. She's finally got more than one flower for you. The last time. And that bell is so unique. You see how it dips down. Then we have one flower. Where the heck is it? Did something eat it? Where's the flower? On that Sakuma Ginger, the light pink one. And here's the canopy I'm trying to show, and there's our hibiscus, and that is a variegated. Here is our standard. Wonderful. And there's that seed pod on the Fragipani, and it popped open, and look at all the seeds ready to drop. In the last garden video I showed you, it looked like 2 cigars stuck together. And our wonderful standard geranium. They can take the heat, but they gotta be slightly semi-shade, and they do not like to be flooded out. Here is our Dream Cream Crown of Thorns that I always like to show you. The Plumbago, the Queen Palm, and I know I kind of let things grow together because we like a cottage style garden, as you know, most of you, and we get more privacy. These flowers do not want to be chopped into a square hedge, I'll tell you that. This Jatropha is beautiful. The prettiest little red flowers you can see. Hey now, and for you new folks, don't forget that like, share, and subscribe. And hit that bell notification. You'll never miss a video, and you'll never miss the fun we have right here with all our friends on YouTube, on my take on home and garden. And check out that store. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful artwork. We got shirts, pants, hats, stickers, mugs, drink coolies, all kinds of goodies. Check it out, guys. And the link is in the description box, right under the video. Okay guys, I gotta show you my little bit of repair on this estate sale find mirror. You're gonna see the mirror finished and hanging coming up soon. This glorious 1800s big dining room mirror with festoons, 4, 1 on each north, south, east, and west, if you will. But it had some cracks and problems like something this old would. They wanted a fortune. But I do tell in the other video that I did really well on this. We'll save that for the video where this is all done. Here are my repairs. Okay, some plaster work, some caulk work, and then my gold work. We're going to brush those long linear sections and with a sponge now, and then we're going to dabble the festoon portion so that we don't get down in there. That's what gives it that multiple color. But she needed to be restored a bit, and I'll tell you, from what you first saw it come out, I'm just thrilled to pieces with how this come out. And it is a beaut. We'll move along and get that done for you and get back in the garden so we don't miss any of the beautifuls. There is our wonderful sherbet colored orange geranium, and coming up into the white and pink bougainvillea. Just a whisper of pink on this. She is something. And the croton is coming back from overwintering. You can see my paint job on the house is paused there a bit. It's 100 out. And oh, look at the glorious petunias and polka dot plants in the pink and the white. And our wonderful rock crop sedum and sun sedum that eats the sun for breakfast. I love this grouping. It's just natural. The purple queen, the variegated jasmine, Asian jasmine, by the way. Got something going on. some standard begonia. Love the terracotta angel. Here's some arrowroot again. Gotta have some art in the garden, you know. St. Joseph. And there's a wonderful bleeding heart. We'll get in close. Very pretty. Get two of those in this area. And when they're kicking out, they are just amazing. Here's that dreamsicle color. I call it a geranium. And our wonderful Elkhorn Fern. Staghorn Fern. I'll do that again. Someday I'm going to have an Elkhorn and show you the difference. This is the Staghorn Fern. Fantastic. It was just a cutting from my buddies, and he gave it to me, and you hang it in a tree, and they're like an orchid. Here's the aloe in bloom, and it is fabulous. Most people don't get to see it in bloom. Here it is. Look at the color. It's just an incredible coral color against that plumbago. Just striking. Oh, here he is now. Look out. Here's that drab, pitiful acanthus shelf, and I'm doing my undercoat with the dark walnut that you hear me talk about all the time. Look at this for quick, huh? So that'll dry in the breeze and the sun for a couple of hours. Look at that top. You don't want to drip it and soak it on there. You just, I stand back, you get a good, 14-inch distance and just dust it on there. Do a circular motion. And I don't get drips. Now you guys saw this new acanthus shelf in the thrift. And it was muddy and homely, and I'm doing my bronzing technique on it, along with everything else you're seeing in my project's video. Cut up a sponge, and let's see how we're doing with this one. Again, on the linear surfaces, I'm doing a wipe. This is the pure gold by Folk Art that I've always used. Available in your local Wally's or Hobby Lobby. Quite a little bit to do here, so we'll get going and we'll catch it up for you. Let's look at this acanthus. Now I spray painted the base with my dark walnut by Rust-Oleum. Most dark browns or bronze, even metallic paints, will work for you. Look at the transformation here. It's my favorite part. And again, we're not trying to fill in underneath. And then we're going to dabble. And we don't want to get the gold in the inside cracks and joints. That's what's going to give it its age. Self-taught this technique. And I've just been able to use this technique over and over and over. Look at that come out now. I'm going to catch this all up and move on to the next one. Alrighty guys, I think you can see that we're looking different here. I did a light second coat. and getting really happy with that. That's basically done. Now, just to show you what else I'm working on, I'm not going to have time to finish it, but this beautiful piece come in, broke. So I had to get after the seller, and of course they got their insurance, and I got reimbursed for the whole thing. But I still have the piece. What am I going to do? I'm going to fix it. The lid was broken about 5 pieces. The way they had it packed was ridiculous. It was packed really good up till the lid. Then the lid, I think when it was pushed in the package, it broke like this, broke the inner lip, and broke the lid, like I say, about 5 pieces. So I put this all back together, and I'm gonna paint this yet to match. So it'll be beautiful again. The poor little thing. All right. Made in West Germany. Now, I have another project like that. This one come in, the people didn't even know it. Somehow they didn't see it. I'm nuts about this. It's a hand-painted, made in Bavaria. You haven't seen it yet. Porcelain creamer. $17. But the handle was broke off in about 1, 2, 3 places. I'm gonna fix this. I had an option of sending it back, but I wanted it, so they did try to give me a return slip, and I couldn't even open it, so I said, heck with it, I'm gonna fix it. So there's another project that I'm doing for the summer. And we're back in the garden, guys, because I didn't want you to miss anything. The cute little petunias, a cast iron bench, and the polka dot plant. These will seed themselves easily, and I'm telling you, the angel wing begonias never look so glorious, and I want to get in here and close and personal and show you her showing off right now in her full glory. Look at the flowers on it. They hang like clusters. And look at those, no doubt why it's named what it is. Look at her go. This geranium is 13 years old. Viburnum Petunia, and if they weren't in the shade, they'd be gone. But they do start to struggle, and we only get to have them for half the season. The Purple Queen does well in partial shade. That's why she's clinging into the, the grouping here, or she couldn't make it either. Here's your knockout roses. And we have the rubber tree for a little protection and shade there. Now, hopefully you can see the difference in the plumbago. You know, most people would cut that back to the fence. I just can't do it. It's loaded with flowers right now. I'm not doing it. And that incredible light blue. And you can see the difference in the croton from the first time I showed the garden. There's our sedum and our peach geranium. Snapdragons, you gotta keep them watered here. You see the bird bath dried up. We have 3 of them. I keep them full, but it's something to keep up. Viburnum. Just beautiful color. Here's Ralph, keeping track of the front. And here is that copper plant again. You'll see it as a plant, but I've trained this into more of a tree. It's just glorious. And it's right up there with our magnolia tree. You can see that beautiful 2-3 tone magnolia. She's been flowering. There's not one open, but there are still new ones coming out. And our wonderful crown of thorns. And our queen's wreath. Still blooming, folks. Just knew you'd want to see it again. There's more blooms than the first time I showed you. And she is happy. Just happy. Look at her show off. Love that plant. And I got her trained up over this archway and then going over to the cabana. Here we go. Here's Sakuma Ginger in the light pink. You saw it the first time with no flower. And I was freaking out. I'm going, where'd the flower go? Oh, man. Angela's trick photography here setting things up for me to... That was what it looked like just a month ago. But they'll get multiple ones, you know. The bougainvillea we saw, this is passion flower. There's a few varieties of this. This is really a standard, not a hybrid. And guys, here's our holly bush bringing on new berries for the new year. And they're green at first, of course, and then they're going to turn red for Christmas. So guys, hey, hope you like our quick, artsy, summary show. Don't forget that new t-shirt. And keep on smiling, be happy for the summer. Have fun, be good. And we'll see you in the next awesome decorator and creative repair video.